And you ready? You ready, bro? I won't go back. We just tested. Are we ready? He said we was just testing. And I won't go back. That's why I do it for my city. I do it for my city. Amen. Y'all know how we do it. Another episode of Smoking Talk. I am your host, Zoe Vanguard, your girlfriend's boyfriend. I do this shit for the north side, the south side, the west side, the east side, 636 St. Charles. You know, all around this motherfucker. As long as you represent the arch, we representing with you. I swear to God, we're gonna hold it down with you, man. Smoking Talk, we put this platform together, man, because over the last 20-some years, man, we looked at a lot of artists and people around the city, man. Like, if they would have been rich if we had like a Universal Records, we had like a Def Jam or any kind of shit like that, man. A lot of y'all would be rich running around. I know that, bro. And we didn't have that. And it took for me to look and say, you know what, man? All the great work they put in, we motivated each other to keep going because St. Louis, we one of them places like it's competition. We look at anything like competition, we couldn't hook up or none of that kind of shit. We think as youngsters, we got to be better than this person, better than that group and all that kind of shit. But it built us up, right? And it made us motivate each other in a certain kind of way. And I'm saying that to say it took me to look at all this and say, you know what? Look at all these people, man, that did all this great work. Nobody told me proud of them. Nobody said thank you. Nobody said none of that shit for representing this art. And that's what the Smoking Talk about. We want to give you flowers. You want to give you props. The flowers for the ones who've been putting work in for a long time. The props are for the youngsters who just did the game. They are our future. They the ones who gonna hold it down for it, man. So that's what we build Smoking Talk on. Because in St. Louis, man, we never tell each other that you're a great artist, you did good, or I fuck with your artistry. But today, we got a special guest, and I know y'all gonna say, Zoe Vanguard, you always say your guest special. You goddamn right. Because each and every one of them is special. I swear to God, because when they get them out their seat, they show you how special and unique they are. We've had over 175 interviews on Smoke and Talk, and not one person have sat at this table and said the same story or the same thing. So that's where the uniqueness come in at. And today, we got Big Rich in the motherfucking building. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate it. Hey, man, it's been a long time coming.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, I want to start it off by saying you're a dope-ass artist, dude.
Appreciate it, bro.
Like,
Appreciate
straight up,
that.
man. Like, you're a dope-ass artist, bro. You got a hell of creativity about yourself. You know how to reinvent yourself when needed. You understand what I'm saying? You one of the ones that I watch you and show me how to not cross over into just like European music, but children, and put everybody that your music you fuck with, right?
Appreciate
like,
that.
Yeah, bro. That was dope. Everything you did, like I'm telling you, everything you did, bro, over the years, like because I fuck with you, and your artistry is dope. So when you show me how to reach a different audience of people.
Oh, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah,
I greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. We appreciate you, man. You represent this motherfucking arts with us, bro, in the underground. You hear me?
Man, I'm happy to do it, man. I actually, I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. To be honest, when I first got started, man, I didn't know what I was doing, to tell the truth. You feel me? and all I could do, I went out there and failed. I wasted a bunch of money, ran into a bunch of scams on my way up. And, you know, I had a bunch of losses, but I also did good. Shoot, I made it all the way to BET. I was on national TV. You feel me? All the different opportunities I got from it, able to work with the kids at the Boys and Girls Club, create different music programs to help the teens to understand and learn music and teach them how to get paid for their music. So it's been so much of a journey that I had to build it up. And then when I finally had my daughter, that's when everything was like, okay, I kind of had to make a decision between, you know, being a dad and chasing, you know, this thing that I was considering a dream. And the crazy part is it was a time that I took away from the dream that helped me realize that, I was dreaming. I wasn't, you know, everything that I was doing, I was going by it the wrong way. Yeah, it was a journey. And I made places. But the crazy part is every time I reached a crazy high, I was forced with a decision that either took away control of what I was doing or took something away from what I was doing that won't allow it to be original. So I had to turn it down. When I went out to Atlanta for a record deal, they offered me $100K. But it was like, we own everything, all your music. It'll be signed over to I'm like, wait, pause. I have spent a lot more than that over the years of just investing in myself, and I know I can make a lot more than that. So just give y'all ownership of something, I couldn't do it. So I had to turn it down. And I came back to St. Louis, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna focus on being a dad and like figure out how to get this going, how to really do this music thing. So actually slowing down and watching everybody else do it and watching people, like you said, not get served their flowers when they don't. Yeah. It helped me understand. People used to be like, man, you can't make it in the city. You can't make it in the city. And the reality is we keep looking at it the wrong way. You feel me? We got to change the morale in the city. See, that's the thing. People don't even look at it in that capacity where it's the morale. Y'all think that we can't do something. So for y'all see, we can't do something. And that's because y'all thinking in that capacity. But in reality, it's like, even the ones that's successful and that's actually doing something, you still got so many people that put negative energy on it. I remember one time I did a toy drive where I was supplying toys for kids, and it was just a good time. And somebody commented, man, you out here passing out toys for kids. We need jobs. I'm like, wait, what? How did you mad at the kids?
Right. So, what's happening here?
It's like, but it's the morale. And it's like, you got to learn to stop taking it so personal. And everybody used to say, man, you got to go leave the city and come back to the city and leave. And it's like, it's not impossible to do it in the city. In this city, you just have to do it differently. And I learned that when I had my daughter. I had to put time and open up emotionally and be, to be a parent is to learn a lot, grow a lot, sacrifice a lot. And that alone gave me the opportunity to understand that, if I'm really going to do this, I got to treat it like, like how I treat my child, like I'm growing something.
And it's what you said, brotherhood. Like, when you put something in your head, you know what I mean? You put it in the universe, and that's what it is. Like we saying we can't make it out here. That's what everybody say.
Yeah.
That's what it be.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with you on that. That's that's what Smoke will talk about, trying to change the narrative of that thinking pattern that we have in our underground.
Yeah.
Because, excuse me, you just said it. Hey, man, I went out of town and did all that. That's like, you know what I'm saying?
It ain't what it's not what you think it is.
Yeah, but we still have to fix us as a culture.
Exactly.
And understand like what we need and what we don't need.
True.
Because what we don't need is all these over opinions that we have about each other. Mm-hmm. That's not true.
It's really not.
We need to learn the business. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to learn. And when we start learning the business, see, people heard that word business. It sound like a lot, but it's business started with understanding and love, right? The love for something. Mm-hmm. If you got a love for something, you're gonna learn it.
You're gonna put time and attention to it.
Goddamn right.
Oh yeah, hours.
So
hours on hours.
So I agree with you, bro. When you say that, bro, like that's why I started my show by telling you a dope ass artist, because that's what we don't do that here. So.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Like I know that, like I got to do that, bro, because I know we don't do it. I tell the story all the time, bro. I'm getting it in, boom, boom, boom. You know, we get it in concrete music, 50,000 of us running around together and all that, right? So when everything kind of calmed down, I'm still working or whatever. Don't get me wrong, but somebody pull me and say, "Hey, man, that shit you was doing, oh my fucking God, that was great." Man, we ain't never seen nothing like that in St. Louis, man. We was rooting for you, and I'm looking at this motherfucker like, what? Why the fuck y'all ain't tell me that when I was doing what the fuck I was doing? You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, we gotta stop that, bro. We gotta stop that. We gotta start giving people their props in real time.
And I support that. I support it 100%. That's why I'm trying to do it differently this time around back into the music scene. Mm-hmm. I'm choosing to help. You know, a lot of people don't do it that way. A lot of people, they chasing the money. I've learned to stop chasing the money. I think the best thing I did was step away from it. And I had to learn business in a different way. I had to go build a whole nother company that actually makes money. And it's like I had to learn the difference between having digital money, having tools that you can make money with, and having a job and having a career. Those are all different things. You know, a job is just something you do to get to where you're going next. You know, a career is something you put time into to ultimately get you further in life. But when you start collecting tools that can help you make money, you realize you'll never go broke as long as you know how to use these tools. The next step is learning how to financially be stable and maintain yourself so the funds you're bringing in can make more funds. So it's like, as I spend my time out, I learned to be better at that. But not only did I learn to be better at it, I had built a machine outside of the music to help fund the music. Now, I don't need a record label to fund me. I can afford to fund myself at whatever I want. If I want to travel, if I want to do, and that's the next thing that I'm working on. I'm partnering up with some people to actually start putting on shows. You know, at first, it was when I first got back into it, the crazy part is I stepped into it doing the old things I did, reaching out to old connections. And when I got the old connections, and you know what happened? I had the same type of show that I experienced when I got out of it. And I'm like, this is the same thing. This is the loop. Yeah. And it ultimately just showed me like, yo, you got to do this yourself. If you want to bring change, you have to be the change that you want to bring. There you go. You have to be willing to make the sacrifice. And, you know, so I explained to different artists that I want to work with, like, yo, when we do this, you know, we might take an L out the gate because we bring in something different that people don't understand. But if we market like a real record label market, where we start a promo, we work with the DJs, we go to the news stations, we go to the radio station, we look organized, we come uniform, we talk about what we talk about. When you do it in that capacity, they can't deny it because now you moving a business, you moving professional. We ain't getting mad with the radio station because they say no. Tell us how to get a yes. Yeah. Go figure that out. You say no, how do I get a yes? And then you go get what you need and you go back. And most of the time people just want to see that you serious and you consistent. Because if you serious and consistent, they can work with that. It's the people that come up there selling them the dreams that they put energy behind. And then when they get their opportunity, they crash out. They stop working on it. They give up. They fall off. It's like we just at a point where we got to do better than that.
Yeah, that's true, bro. That's all true. It's like no cap on none of that shit, bro. The thing about No, I even think about what you're saying. Everything you're saying is real, but I look at it like what you said, telling you, the people congregate. We might take an L because it's something different.
Mm-hmm.
In order to win, you got to be different. You know what I mean?
Got to.
I just told a young lady this, right? Said, in order to be number one, you got to be I.
You got to.
Number one is the I number.
Yeah. You got to.
Like for real, like you have to be I.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that. And your originality gonna get you a long fucking way.
You have to be true to it. And that's why the crazy part is that people pay attention. Most of the most successful artists in the world are weird and awkward. When you look at Kanye, you be like, that's one awkward. You look at Wayne, this super, all these Lady Gaga, all these superstars, because they so in depth with who they are and originally and they original selves that you can't tell them they not who they are because they are who they are.
So they're exactly who they are.
Exactly. And it's like they show you who they are.
I tell you all the time, like the brother calls him the best rapper. Like, okay, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
You supposed to feel like that about yourself. You believe in your fucking self like that, bro.
Hey.
Like, if I see you today and you call yourself Batman, hey, okay, what's up with the Batman?
I better see you in the cape with some glasses. You better be Batman.
And I see you next week. You can't be Spider-Man.
Yeah, you can't be Spider-Man. You better not be regular. No, I want to see Batman, not Bruce.
I call you Batman all the time.
Exactly.
Like you can't be all the superheroes, motherfucker. Now stick to the script.
True.
I fuck with that.
And that's one thing that I even had to learn. Even when it comes to being big rich and doing the big rich thing, like I kind of stretched myself into too many businesses. I was into crypto, I was into marketing, I was into social media marketing, I was into helping people get streams. I had all these different businesses, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Do you want to work? Or do you want to create? Because you're not creating. You're just working for money right now.
Yes.
You helping other people do things, but as yourself, for what I'm trying to fulfill, I was just making money. And then you realize it ain't about the money. You got to be willing to do it when you're not making a dime. And you got to be willing to go just as hard when you're making no money as if you was making $1 million. Mm-hmm. And I had to learn that for myself. So when I started rehearsing in that basement after I got through working out, I'm rehearsing like I'm in front of 100,000 people. When I performed and I went to that place and it was only like 12 people there, I performed and gave them a show where they gave me a standing ovation in the middle of the performance. I'm like, so this is letting me know if I was in once I do step in front of 12,000 or 100,000 people, it's going to be an even bigger reaction. Because in this awkward space of nobody, if I can make somebody listen and understand where I'm coming from, then I know in the space of 20,000, I can get the biggest part of that crowd to listen to where I'm coming from.
Gotcha. So that's the show. And that's how you're supposed to
It really is the show.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to see it, brother. My thing, bro, I heard you say, you coming back in the rap game. More so on the hip and tip this time, and I'm glad to hear that. Because as seasoned artists, we do have shit to offer.
Oh yeah,
to get people ahead.
Oh yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? And some people don't offer that.
Yeah, a lot of people,
you know what I mean?
They still chasing they dream. Music is no longer a dream, and I understand that. I'm not chasing a dream. I'm living my reality. I get up every single day. I got a plan. I kid you not, but I wake up at 4:30 every single morning. Go work out. I go meditate. I go get my mind right. I had to establish my space to be comfortable so I could be successful as an artist, to even prepare myself to do that. When I come home, I have to understand the type of environment I'm working in and preparing myself in. So it's like, you really do have to drown out. You got to disappear. And you got to go really find out who you are. And when you come back, you have to be that. And now that I'm standing here, it's like I am that. And it showed me when I did that performance. And that was also when I highlighted my own mistake. Mm-hmm. You did the same thing you did last time. You said you was doing it different, but you went right back to what you know.
Yep.
So the next phone call was, you know what? I have a place. I have a venue. I got these different things. Now I need a business partner that's serious about their craft. And the thing is, there are seasoned artists that's serious about their craft.
You goddamn right.
So now we take that, build a joint platform to work together, build together that's actually done the right way. A show that's marketed and promoted the right way. So if we do bring another artist to our platform to show and perform, they got a real audience. And we ain't trying to sell them get them tickets to sell and have them to do this and have them. that's such an old method and a way of doing things. I'm trying to get past that. If you're gonna build a platform, you need organic people that's gonna give you a real organic response. Someone that tell you, yo, I fuck with your music. I love your music. You sound good. You sound dope. So if that's gonna be the case, then I'd rather build that. So that's
what it's about, building. That's what you hear me say all the time on my show. That's what I talk about all the time. You feel me? Building an organic audience, building an organic underground culture that follows what we do, not what he do, what we as a whole do.
Like they love the music.
Yes.
They in it for the music. They like to hear new music.
Yes.
They want to hear a new dope artist.
Yes.
They want to see this. They trying to build it.
They coming to see the creators create.
Yes. And the thing is, that audience of people do exist. They are looking for it. Yes. Business wise, you just have to bring them. They don't know where it's at. And they think because they took a picture and posted a flyer on Facebook that the world know where they know. The world did not see where you was at. You know, it's just being honest, man. They like, yeah, man, I make these posts. I post 24/7. But you got like 2,000 followers, bro. You got to understand when you talking about real numbers, 2,000 people, only 10% of that going to get back with you. But as you can see, you know what you got on your views. You see what I'm saying? So when you're not operating off views, then you have to operate business-wise. Yeah. You really do got to work with DJs. You really do, because people try to blow off DJs like they're not important. But when you trying to make it locally in your city, the DJs already got the crowd. The DJs already got the people that come to listen to every single day. You meet the right DJ, they got the crowd that love your music, work with that. All that money you blowing on fake views and fake streams, take that same 300-400, put it in that DJ pocket, let that DJ start spinning your record, getting the crowd used to it in the different places he going. That's already making money for you. It's bringing your audience without you doing that. Instead of you paying for fake streams and making people think you're doing something, let them see 0 streams and actually be doing something. So one day, when it all makes sense, they can be like, damn, bro, you wasn't doing it. Yeah, because I was out working when you was too busy thinking I wasn't doing it.
I'm listening, man.
So it's like, bro, they gotta elevate themselves. If they really want to be the artist that they say they want to be, they really want to. It ain't about record labels and chasing record labels. Record labels want to do business. And the only way for them to do business is to see a profit in it. Or for them to see a profit, they got to see you do something. Because when a record label comes, the reality is they just give you money. If you don't know what to do with it, they can't help you. That's why so many people get screwed. All right, what you going to do with this 100K? How you going to bring it back? What you going to do with $1 million? So you got $1 million budget.
Everything you said is correct, bro. I agree with you, right? And I promise you I do. Think about it. And it's go back to the coaching.
Yeah.
Go back to the coaching, man. This is when you said, coming back, coming to help as well. Mm-hmm. Coming back with rightly mind, this music and the game and all that, but I'm gonna help, right? Mm-hmm. And this is the thing I talk about on the show, man, because we have to spread this gospel with the thing that you were talking about. I'm not saying nothing against what you're saying, but you're correct.
Oh, I'm with it.
But we have to understand that when we talking to these people now, it's a new set of audience. I mean, a new set of artists.
Yeah.
And they're younger and they're like, what the fuck you talking about? You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it ain't being disrespectful or nothing like that, man. But when the last time a motherfucker came and said something to them about anything?
Nobody, because everybody's trying to get them out of the money. That's the thing is
we know that if we're having us coming out.
Exactly. They aim to take the money. That's why I say for me.
That's why I say we got to be the ones that just do it. What you said earlier, we start talking about how building the company hook up with another company and really work together and start moving in structure and start putting things in line in place. So when they start saying, y'all say, okay, how many states y'all be? Oh, maybe even 15 states. Thus far, we traveling doing shows. This make them want to come and join that.
Because they want to be a part of something bigger.
Something bigger. And then we're coming being part of something bigger, come leveling up, right?
True.
And we're coming leveling up is what? Rules and structure.
Yes. So you got to have rules and order.
There you go. Now, now I got your attention. So I ain't on your side of the town and all in your hood and all that old hip ass shit. Now I need to have you in this place of business. Yes. Now this how this goes. Now you gotta let that part go and this go. Now this the rules and regulations. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what we have to get us locked in at to get their attention.
Yeah.
And I agree with you for sure.
I'm with it 100%. So that's for me the method I'm choosing to take, and for anybody that's tuning in, I'm choosing to work with the youth, and what I'm doing is I have full blown studio, everything, creating a great sound. I have a crazy dope producer. I've been writing insane variety of music. Like I wrote music for New York. I mean, for Miami Swimsuit Week for their models. Yeah. Like created music from scratch just for them. New York runway for Cosmo. Yeah, I'm talking about a whole nother energy outside of hip hop. When we made that beat and song, I'm like, bro, I don't know how we did it, but in order to do something, it's like you got to put yourself in a position to challenge yourself. When she was like, yo, I need a walkout song for New York Cosmo Week. This is big.
A walkout song like when they first coming out to the runway?
For all the models to walk to.
Oh, damn.
They came up, but they was Cosmo, so dressed up like characters. So it couldn't be just a regular hip hop song. We had to step into their territory, step into their world. So we took the time and did the research. It wasn't like I just created the song. That ain't how it worked. I took my time. I did my research. I studied up on what they listen to, what they walk out to. I had my producer to study up on the type of beats, the type of sounds they listen to. It took us one take. Not even lying. Created the beat, created the first song. They fell in love with it. And next thing you know, she's sending me videos. I got a big Rich banner hanging down in New York City, hanging on the wall because I'm supplying the music. And it's like, the truth, I ain't never even been to New York a day in my life, but I got a banner hanging there. Yeah. I ain't never been to Miami a day in my life, but I had a banner hanging there as well for Swimsuit Week. Yeah. So it's kind of like, you got to understand your value and what you can do. And long as you willing to be different, stand out, and take the challenge and adapt to the challenge, and not, I'm too good for this. That ain't what being true to who you are mean. How to adapt and still be yourself. Right. I adapt to what they needed, and I was still Big Rich. You feel me? So it was like artists have to do that. They have to understand, bro, you ain't selling out because you work with a pop artist. No, you taking your flavor and mixing it with some pop. You ain't selling out because you choose to talk about something positive. You taking your approach, giving your mindset towards positive.
And that's the thing they got to learn. And you can miss the $1 million you want to, not learning that this thing was discreet from business and shit if you want to. And that'd be up totally up to them.
And that's the sad part. So, like I said, my approach and my way to handle it, what I did was I partnered with an organization. Feel me? A big organization that had a bigger platform than I have.
Gotcha.
And working with that organization, I'm able to create an opportunity for the youth and even bring in the youth. And what I'm doing, working with artists, giving them an opportunity for exposure. They ain't got to worry about paying for studio time. They ain't got to worry about a beat. They ain't got to worry about when we get through, they're going to be able to have a song completely created from scratch. When I get through, show them how to register their song. They're going to get credit for the parts they do. That's the process I'm working through to teach them from scratch. And the thing is, every single project will be worked out that way. And the thing is, it's many artists that want to come. There's many artists that want this opportunity. But the thing is, you have to be serious. We're not, if you serious when I come to you, when I approach, when you tell me you're an artist and I look you up, I should see something that display that you're an artist. I don't care if you're a kid, you better have a little video, a home video to show me that you rap and sing it. Show me that you're serious. Don't let us put all this hard time and quality into someone that's going to stop tomorrow. Right. I actually want to work with an artist that feel like, I've been out here grinding and just don't know what to do. I'd rather come tell me that you don't know what to do and I'll show you. I'll give you the opportunity. So it's like I'm not charging them nothing. So all the cost is coming from me. So which means, once again, I don't mind taking that first step to show that, I care about your son. I want you to get your story out. And not just that. It's the reason why I'm doing it that way. I want to be a part to help them orchestrate and tell their story in a more positive way. Just because you're a trap rapper don't mean you got to talk about shooting and all the time you did these crazy things. You can tell that same story and just express your mental and how you felt. And that's a totally different song, but you got off the same issue. So it's just like sometimes people just need guidance. There's no trap artist that's going to tell another trap artist, man, don't talk about shooting. But they don't get to that point until they already made it. And then they're like, bro, you already out of the hood. Now you want to tell me don't talk about what you talk about to get out the hood? I'm trying to talk about it to get out the hood too. They're not giving them a different way to talk about it, a different message. That's the difference between today trap and earlier trap. When Young Jeezy and them, they only gave so much information, but they always kept some type of positive vibe that would move in some type of way. was like an anthem. You know, it was more of an anthem type music.
They're gonna talk about the ladies, some of the ladies too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Be a little piece of all of this shit. And that's what artistry is about. And people have to realize that there's nothing you said is off track, brotherhood. We appreciate the knowledge, the understanding, everything you're trying to do, about to do with the youth. Because that's the future, like real shit.
Oh yeah, man! I'm really looking forward to it. The game plan is to really get this organization going, and eventually I'll get to the point where I can get enough people backing me, where I can go ahead and buy a mobile studio. So that way, it ain't about them coming to the studio no more. Yo, I'm gonna go out to this area on this weekend where we set up events. Coming out, bring your music, bring your ideas, and we gonna work with this many artists. We'll spend the day out there just working, right? We'll do a workshop. Y'all come. The first step is writing, making sure you got it together. Once your music ready and your tracks ready, if you come prepared, you can get right in the booth. If you don't come prepared, you got to go through these steps, and I'm gonna make you go through them because I had to go through them. So I refuse to give you some without you earning it.
Right.
So for me, they come, they write, we teach them, they get them in the booth, we get beats to them, we record. Oh man, the whole shebang, man. I want everybody to take advantage of it. So if you seeing this, hit me up, man. BR314 on Instagram, Bigg Rich on Facebook, Bigg Rich on everything else, TikTok, everything. Like I'm here for it. Just be serious, because I've been doing it for a while. I know if you're serious or not. I'm gonna be able to know if you're serious through conversation. I'm intelligent. I'm a spiritual person. I understand energy 100%. So don't bullshit me. I won't bullshit you. Point blank. Period. It's really simple.
Man, that's it. Hey. Shout out to you, Bigg Rich. You was born and raised here in St. Louis?
Oh yeah, man. I grew up in Wellston.
Wellston?
Yeah, I actually grew up in Wellston. And at the Wellston, from Pagedale to Blackjack, I left the city. But I kid you not, man, that was the best thing I ever did, was left the city and got to see what the rest of the world was like when I went away for college.
So you felt, okay, we go.
Yeah, I left.
I know you feel like you left to see the world when you left.
I wasn't listening. To be honest, the cool part was oh man, college was an adventure, man. You get to I'm pretty sure. A lot of people don't understand. When you get there, you got to understand there's people from Florida, people from Texas, people from Alaska, people from Africa, people from Jamaica, and they are all cultured. Yeah. So it ain't like they coming there and finna act like they finna bring whatever they bought with them. And it's like, yo, and it's like, yo, this how y'all act? Okay, you get to hear languages, and then it's like, you go back home and you're like, damn, boy, y'all still doing the same thing. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back out in the world, and it kind of make you want to be out in the world instead of being in the city. But what I had to learn is eventually get to the point where you want to do something. You want to give back. You want to help somebody. And for me, I finally made it there. I went on my selfish. I ain't gonna say it's selfish. I went on my journey. It's kind of like how they say Jesus went out into the desert for them 40 days. You feel me? The wilderness. So when I went out there my first go run, that was me being out in the wilderness by myself. And I built monuments and lost monuments. You feel me? And but this go round, now that I'm back in it, it's like, yo, I'm a whole new person. I'm a whole new man. I was built out there. When I came back,
do make you out there.
Yeah, and when you come back, it's like you really do see how much they did make you. Like, and the challenges will.
And then you do see how much selfish you were too. Like you started off, but it's not. You wasn't being selfish, your journey at the same time.
It was a journey that you had to take.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't be mad at that part of your life, really. You gotta share it.
And I'm really not. That's why I'm here to share.
I ain't just talking to people, period.
Oh yeah, that's why it's like, man.
Because once you go through that, when you go through that journey, you start learning, like you said, different cultures, different people, different this, different that, right? Then you come off of that and go into wilderness to look at your motherfucking self and look at what's going on around you, trying to build shit. You building shit. I heard you living off the land, the grid, or whatever, however you want to look at it. But when you come back to living on grid, or what was it? On the grid. Yeah, right. I'm kind of high right now. But on the grid, you start like, damn, that motherfucking bird meat last me for 6 weeks. Now that makes sense. I can pull that into me. You know what I mean? So
that bird meat last a while.
Yeah. But now, Rich, man, it do build your character, man. It do build you, man. It do show you how to what you're working with, what you did do wrong and right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So going through that, man, That's what's up, man. Because I watch you as an artist, man. You know, over the years, grow, come in the game and shit like that. And I always check y'all, man. I can just tell you whole shit, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And sometimes, you know, I have my head down so much at first to where it's like you never know who watching. You never know who really pay attention. That's why I always stay in, you know, when I'm about something, I'm about something. I'm always communicate positively. I'm always try to keep in communication when I can, doing what I'm doing. At the end of the day, you bring value. If you can bring value wherever you show up, then you can show up a lot of places. You got me?
Right.
And that's why I wanted to go out and make sure when I come back, I'm bringing some value. I'm bringing some gems. I'm not just coming on platforms like, yo, I ain't even here to talk about the performances. It ain't even about that. This is about what's happening, what I'm involved in, how to get your mind right. Like you want to do this business, you got to get your mind right.
With that, Rich, man. I've been listening to you something and I ain't really had a lot to say. It's like I just been listening, bro, because lately, man, like I'm just really intaking what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like podcasting, man, with the Smoke and Talk, man. You know, because I just came from Kansas City, right? And I'm listening to them and the underground and shit and fucking with them, right? And it's like all a good thing to me, bro. So right now I'm here today, like this Monday, back in St. Louis, and I'm listening to you, just talking to Oklahoma and them, and just I'm absorbing right now, and I'm kind of happy right now, bro. Like, about the situation, right? Because the more you talk about your past and what you're doing now, this is what I do it for. I want everybody to hear this. I want because we document history.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So this like me being in the booth. Oh yeah. And I'm dropping a hard ass 16.
Oh yeah.
So now you see what I'm saying? Now you understand what I'm saying? So this me in the booth right now. Your story. And I appreciate you, G. Like real shit, man. And growing up in St. Louis, man, we know, like you said, it ain't easy, but easy. You moved on, you got to college, you met all these different people. All right, what age were you about when you first started like falling in love with music?
I kid you not. So I started falling in love with music early. I was in middle school, and I kid you not, I love telling this story because it's some people in the world that I still communicate with today that was there, and they suffered a little bit from this. And no, I was in high school, and we had a music class. And the thing is, I wasn't good at instruments. You feel me? I tried playing the saxophone. I couldn't get the bottom keys to work. It was just horrible. I tried to play the trumpet. I thought it was disgusting. I had to keep spitting into this tube. Yeah. And then it was like, I tried to play the piano, and I'm like, man, I ain't no box. So it's like when I got into this music class, they had a disc. That's when they first started doing digital. They was around the time they started introducing digital beats. Gotcha. And it was called Hip Hop Music Maker. And it had all these different samples that you could just orchestrate together to make whatever customized song you want. I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't gotta play it. So from there, I'm like, wait, these are all controlled sounds. How do I create my sounds, but digitally, since I don't know how to play it? And then I got introduced to Fruity Loops. And when I got introduced to Fruity Loops, I was in high school. And I actually, I don't know if you remember the artist from Illinois named Raw Reese. Yeah, so Raw Reese, this is when Raw Reese was the hottest thing popping at the time, right before he signed to Rap A Lot. I was going to Untouchable Records with Brian. And Brian gave me the opportunity. He told my mom, he was like, man, come to the lab. He gave him a fee. My mom, like, I believe in y'all. My mom dropped the money for me, my brother, and my friend. We started a group called Noisy Boys. And from that moment forward, we started doing performances. We started recording. And then, I kid you not, the craziest part, this was the first mistake I made. Like, we met this lady, and she pulled up in a Bentley, like, yo. I'm like, yo, damn, that a Bentley? She, like, when she picked us up, it was always some type of fancy car, but she wanted to manage us. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to take care of y'all, this. She started showing us around, showing us a good time. And when it came to the business, her and Brian had started working out something. And all I know is, like, everything just collapsed. She just disappeared. She got our hopes all the way up here. And like, we was young. We was in high school. Yo, we was believing you. You sent us with limousines. You showed up to the record label. You told them that you had all the funding to take care of the project. When it came to pay for it, she just disappeared.
And she just disappeared.
I brought Swain to this day. Ain't never seen this lady.
To this
day, ain't never seen this lady.
Daddy, I'm like, my boy man to this motherfucking day.
Man, damn. And then it was like the crazy part, like life happened because during that time frame, you know, I think it was it was like God telling me like, yo, you got to go away. And at that point in time, I was getting to the point, 1st grade, graduate. My parents, they had lost the business that we had, so things had started downsizing in the household. And it's like, man, I had to focus on school. I'm like, man, I can't afford it. Yeah, first, to be honest, I'm the first person in my actual whole entire family to go to school and graduate with a bachelor's, you know. So I was the very first one. So with that being said, it's like I had to stop something. I stopped the music and gave up music for football in school. So I went to school on a football scholarship. And I'm talking about, bro, I was so last minute. I grew up in a place where we weren't expecting to go to college. I was just good at football. And I ended up getting a letter. And the crazy part, the letter was from Florida. I forget which school.
Florida.
What's that? It's major teams like purple and yellow.
Man, you get that.
It's a college. Is it LSU? I'm not sure. No, that's Louisiana.
You say you was from where?
It was in Florida. It's from Florida.
Florida said purple and yellow.
Florida State, the Seminoles, you know what I'm saying? They was it with.
Yeah, so I had got a letter, and they was like, "Yo, we're interested. We want to check you out." And I'm like, "Wait, they interested?" And then I went to my coach, showed him the letter. He was like, "For real, Rich?" He was like, "Well, let's send him a tape." We sent him tape, right? He was like, "Yo, send me your transcript." At this time, I ain't even understand what a transcript was, and I'm almost done with high school. This junior year, my grades was trash, and normally you only needed a D to graduate. So to be honest, when you come up in the hood and you just want to get out of school, man, look, this is gonna get me out. I ain't here to talk to y'all. I ain't here to do nothing. Do this little assignment. But then the crazy part is, it's like I had to put myself up to the challenge. So if you look at my high school transcripts, so from freshman year to sophomore year, I had D's, straight D's. From junior year to senior year, I had A's and B's because I actually had to apply myself. I left Normandy, went to North Tech. I'm like, man, I got to get out of this environment. I went to a totally different environment, had to reinvent myself. Like you said, I had to step up to the challenge. I ended up graduating, got the grades I needed, but at that point, it was too late. My grades was already so bad and sunken from all the bad grades I was getting. So I had a choice: Lincoln Tech, which was an auto technology school, or Lincoln University, which was a university, HBCU. I'm like, man, I want to get out the city longer. Lincoln Tech was 2 years. Lincoln University was 4. I never stepped on Lincoln University campus a day in my life, and I signed that paper before I got there.
Damn.
I just wanted to be out of the city at this point in time. Like, man, I can't do nothing with music. So the whole time I'm at Lincoln, nobody knew that I was an artist. Nobody knew about the music. I told myself I'm finna reinvent myself and just learn who I am. And that's where I actually started using the name Big Rich. It's when I was in college. That's where at first I used to call myself Big Boy. So on all my earlier music, they say Big Boy. But when I was in college, I was sitting with my best friend chilling. Like, bro, I'm finna get back into this music when I graduate and take it serious. As soon as I hit St. Louis, first thing I'm finding is a studio. And he was like, "What you gonna call yourself?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't know. What am I gonna call myself?" And my homeboy was like, "Shit, Big Rich. You gonna be about the money, Big Rich." I'm like, "With 2 G's?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, we gonna go with that." And I came back. And the funny part is the song Fat Boy Road that I dropped when I came back and started operating, we actually did that dance and learned that dance and created it in Jeff City while I was at school. And when I came back to St. Louis, I created a song around it and created a whole movement around, and the world loved it. Yeah. And that's when I'm like, "Yo, bro, you actually really good at this. You really good at this." Yeah. And I started pushing hard. But once again, man, I was so exhausted. Trips everywhere, going out of town all the time. It's like I was just being pulled here, there, and I knew nothing I was doing. So imagine just going out here failing. I mean, one time I had to go to Atlanta twice because the first time I went out for a competition for 10 bands, the people that I was in a group with, they hated on me, didn't send me my music. So then I ended up coming in 10th place. But to show that I'm dope as I know I am, I went back to Atlanta the next year, took first place in the 10 bands. So in my studio today, on my first place trophy is a 10th place emblem that I got the year before hanging on my first place trophy. And it's just like, yo, man, you got to get out here and you got to lose. You got to lose so you can win, because ain't nobody going to really honestly tell you how to win. Okay. And at the end of the day, even with me helping the kids I'm helping, not everybody gonna win that I'm helping, but the ones that listen and that's willing to fail and that's willing to go out there and reinvent themselves and retry, man, they'll all be successful. It's no way they can't be successful.
No.
I'm giving you the formula. I'm giving
it
the
to you. I'm laying it out for you, the blueprint, right?
Only way you fail is if you don't try.
That's the only thing.
That's
Shout
how I
out
look
to
at
you,
it.
man. Everything you're doing, man. I'm glad to hear everything, man. You're back holding it down, man. Getting back in the game. Sound like goddamn, you got a hell of a blueprint to lay out for everybody that's willing to follow and fuck with you, man. And and Smoke and Talk, man. You know, we want to help you do that shit, man. You know what I mean? Help you push that shit forward, brotherhood.
Man, I
Because that's what
greatly
it's
appreciate
about,
it.
man. Because like it's about growing our culture again, man. We're growing it into one this time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that we all on the same team in this underground, period, across the country, though. When we start realizing that, man, it's crazy. Because over the weekend, I was just telling people, man, like my next thing to do is sit down and try to talk to Sauce Walker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like with Sauce Walker in Texas, like the whole Texas itself, to me, this is my personal opinion, is what I see. They are their own industry. It's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
They got all it takes. They don't need nobody else to help come in there and help them do shit to do the goddamn thing, right? So with that being said, sit down with Sauce Walker. I would like to bring in artists from all across this country and use them as the blueprint, so you can show people like this is what we're supposed to look like.
Oh yeah, the United Front. Like I watched it when
like this is what we're supposed to look like. Like this, like there's no way. All these years, motherfucker been doing all this music, doing all this traveling, putting all this work in there. You don't have the same thing they got, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you working way harder than them.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like that means we are doing something wrong across the country.
Yeah. And it
ain't just in St. Louis, it's across the country.
I genuinely think it's this underground method of hustling that genuinely have people confused, because they treating they music and they artistry like a hustle instead of like a business. So they going out here hustling, taking what they can instead of creating a value around it. In order to create a value around something, you got to be consistent and you got to have other people that pour into it.
Yes.
And like you said, only way people pour into something, it already got to have momentum. It got to be positive. It got to be something that's core that lines up with what they're doing. Mm-hmm. People aren't willing to spread themselves like that as artists. They feel like they egos. And that's the thing. The egos got to be broken.
Man, that's something you said earlier, man. What you said, I'm in it. I was doing it for the money, but now I'm doing it for the love, right?
Yeah.
And that's like, bro, look, when I watched NWA, man, on the podcast, right? Mm-hmm. On their thing, they were interviewing them, and NWA said, man, the first thing they said, man, we came in this shit for the love and music and for fun. Mm-hmm. Like we didn't come in for the money. Like when you put the money in there, you take away everything that's supposed to be going on. Yeah, the money is always the key, the object, and all that. But when you doing it for the love, and you build up something that's really like people can look into it and say, okay, look, you got 50 millionaires watching you. Say, okay, that's organic shit. Like I can put $1 million, $5 million into that. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? That like that shit can't be bought, bro. That's just when you create something like that, bro. So my thing now is saying like I agree with building something with substance first.
True.
Like flat out. We gotta stop looking like we need help me out, help me, like yes. Give me a hand.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? That shit, bro. Like that shit pissed me the fuck off. Like because we don't need who the fuck gonna come and save us? First of all, it's been 20 something years since the last motherfucker did somebody to the motherfucker, right? Sexy Red, shout out to the queen. She holding it down right now. Got every window and door open. So when we create now, it's up to you. And we ain't gonna do that. That's on you. But saying to say like, what the fuck is we waiting for? And who gonna come and save us?
And the thing is, ain't nobody coming to save us. We gotta create it, and we gotta cut on our own light. You feel me? And that's the thing. She opened up the door, and the door is open, but it's like, yo, we gotta cut on our own light. We gotta show the things. Yeah. When Lunatics had made it and they had blew up, so many artists came in right after them, like boom, boom, boom. Like everybody was getting signed deals. Because it's like it was a frenzy here. But at the same time, we had so much talent, but over time, that morale. But that same morale when that talent came, and it's like, I guess as an artist, watching them, the ones that did make it ahead of time, watching them, and it was like, I used to be in that morale. Like, yo, why didn't he create this? Why didn't he, always having something to say about
right there. See, everybody watched all of that happen. You just called it down. Why didn't nobody reach to the underground and plug everything in to turn the light on in this motherfucker?
Because that wasn't
right. But y'all end up back here with us.
Yeah, but that's the point. They didn't when they was in their hiatus. You feel me? And they was in their ego, and when they made it, it wasn't about home and bringing it back here, because they'll look at it like, okay, I helped this and all my homeboys. They already made it. You feel me? And then a few spotty people here and there. The thing is, they never created a platform that funnels the artistry and the real talent and allow them to shoot. Because once again, every time they did it, they wanted to control it. They wanted to make all the money.
And if they want it, that's okay. That's okay. That's cool. All right, you want to control it? Cool. Make all the money? Cool. They didn't do none of that, though. They ain't do none of that shit. That's what I'm talking about. We are still, as an underground, as a culture, suffering.
Yeah, I can see that.
You see what I'm saying?
I can see that.
It's back to what you said. Nobody plugged in, nobody pulled in, nobody hooked up, nobody done none of that.
But now,
and if you want to control it, that's okay. But as a king, you have to listen to your subjects. So you got to plug up your subjects.
With nowadays, that's why I say I'm agreeing with you that they didn't do it better, more that they could have done. But now it's to the point that maybe there was a lesson in it. Sometimes and sometimes when things happen, they had their time frame to do what they needed. Maybe the door needed to stay shut to force us to elevate. Because imagine if people kept funneling, maybe the thing is the concept of if people kept funneling through, then you'll get what you get. Now, if you look at that whole era of music, you're seeing the whole downfall of that whole entire era of music. Diddy, Jay-Z, all these people that was developed during this era, the power, you're seeing it fall apart. But at the same token, the young artists that came in and started creating noise, guess what? Now these RICO cases and all these cases, now they're falling apart. But the truth is,
go ahead.
Doors are now wide open. Because now it's no gatekeepers. It still ain't about anybody can make it. No, you still have to do the same. That's why record labels hold the power. Record labels know how to get you through the noise. They got enough money to get you through the noise. If you want to get there without them, you have to learn how to get yourself through the noise. At the end of the day, it's still 1 million people dropping 1 million songs every single day. So to think you finna make one post and your song finna be the biggest thing in the world is the biggest mistake you can make. Because 20,000 people just dropped the song yesterday. 40,000 gonna drop one over there. So understand what you're competing against.
Already pre-scheduled it.
Yeah, it ain't like you. They already got that much work ahead of you. So guess what? If you ain't already in the mix of working that hard, you ain't gonna get nowhere.
Yeah, so it's like my thing is like to you saying, bro. I feel you, understand, but now it's what you said. The lesson need to be learned.
True.
What are we going to do now that didn't happen for us? That's why I'm coming in now with it. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
I'm not like saying, okay, I'm saying fuck the old St. Louis, fuck the new St. Louis, like real shit, like not fuck it like fuck it, but fuck it. You know what I mean? But that's out the door now, right? And it's a new era. We call this a new era. And in this new era, what are we going to do in the new era? We know everything that caused everybody got rich back then. We know everything, right? All those things that in this new era, that's why you see them hats up the new era on us. This is a new era.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do now? What rules are we going to set so this shit don't continue to happen? You understand what I'm saying, Rich? This is why I'm mad with it, because we let it go last time and say, okay, we trying to do this, we trying to follow this trend, we follow that trend. Cool. Close that door. Mm-hmm. What are we going to do now?
I think if, like you said earlier, we should take like that Texas approach. It ain't about reaching out. It's about creating within. And now we all know that there's some gatekeepers within our city, and we understand that. But the reality is clearly they ain't breaking through as much noise as they gatekeep and think they breaking through.
Yeah,
Because where your artists at?
Yeah,
where for you to be gatekeeping in this city,
Man.
where are your artists at? So
and I respect gatekeeping,
and
but I just want to
it's like, come on now, because
what the fuck? I didn't talk to the gatekeepers like, who are they, man? You know.
And then a lot of people,
I don't know. I'm the mayor of the city.
I can tell
and
you
I want to
this.
sit down and talk to them, bro. I really do.
I sat and I watch artists get thousands on thousands on thousands poured into them. But the thing was, they poured thousands on thousands into bottle service and to bringing them in front of these club people that ain't doing none. They got one homeboy at the radio station that put it up there to get it popping from there. But it's like, bro, you just got hood famous. You are capable of getting your guys hood famous. Yes. That doesn't help us as a collective,
as a culture.
You're just separating your artists from the ones that's already there, because your artists can do something that most artists can't do, but it ain't because they can afford it. It's because you're choosing to afford it for them. So it's like, that's one thing that I had to really start paying attention to. Like, and Rich, where's the money really going?
The money, like the gatekeeper thing. Like, I respect gatekeeping, right? And like, because everybody got a job to do, right?
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah,
structure.
bro, like structure. And like I'm part of a hell of a team. You know what I mean? and you know, people, they respect us and shit too, right? But
yes,
I really want to. Like, I ain't trying to be funny or disrespectful or nothing, but I want to talk to the gatekeeper, right? Because I need to understand. Like, what the fuck is y'all doing, G? Like, we been fighting. Like, what the fuck? How, like, they gonna open the gate up? You gonna close it? Like, how long is it gonna open? Is it this time?
What I've paid attention to, some of the biggest ones that I say that can provide the most opportunity for artists for real, I say wasted funding. And I mean, the reason why I say wasted funding, they'll put on this huge concert to bring out this major artist, right? Yeah. To have the artist to open up for, right? Mm-hmm. So now the city like, yo, he opening up for da-da-da. When that was a waste of money, you bought him to an audience that you already have. You're not gaining any new exposure. You're helping that man that you just paid a check to come to our city to perform in front of more people to see him. Yeah, you are not helping your artist. That 50 bands you just put, what you could have did, you could have bought a venue in a whole nother city, paid a promoter in a whole nother city to bring their fan base in a whole nother city, and it would have cost you 10 bands. And you could have still made another 10 bands off the crowd that promoter brought to you, or split the profit. And guess what? Now your artist was seen in front of a whole group of people that ain't never seen them do what it do. And guess what? You didn't need a major artist to accomplish that. You needed the right business plan. So it's like, we as a collective have to look at what we doing in underground music. If we want to do this the right way and we can stop selling this dream, we got to create a platform that will draw in different people, that will get more eyes. The thing is, if we can create a funnel that creates more eyes on the artist, you create more opportunity. The thing is, there's a lot of opportunities in St. Louis where you can use music, like the car show. Not the car show, the car commercial where the dude be rapping. I actually was doing some research. I'm like, man, let me see what other car company looking for some jingles. You feel me? And I did some research, and there's actually car companies like, hey, if you got a jingle, send it in to us. If we like it, we'll use it. We'll pay you for it. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? And all of these also sync licensing, how to get your music into movies. But the crazy part is, you can do it without a record label. A lot of people just don't know how to register. The bad thing for singing, like, and I went through it.
Because that's the thing they living off of in other states that I'm trying to show you right there.
Sync licenses.
They living off of this shit.
Oh, man, you get paid so easily.
Yeah, so like easy. Going out and talking to them like, what? Shit, like me, I'm talking to y'all like this, like I'm in business mode when I go, right? Mm-hmm. So when he tell me, yeah, I get paid for sync mode, like, sync mode, tell me a little more about sync mode, man, because the way mine set up is this way, with me talking, right? Just so I can learn. Mm-hmm. This motherfucker like, yeah, I get paid $88,000, like, like, why in the fuck did everybody know about this shit?
And that's because people don't tell them.
That's what I'm saying. So when we take our artists, our people, our followers to these places and show them, bro, this what I want. That's what I want to put in their face, bro. It's not about me like putting the diamonds on my neck and
Mhm.
that shit.
And listen,
that
I
shit
kid you
was
not, if
nothing.
you look at
Man.
any of my performance videos beforehand, you see me with a bunch of jewelry on. You feel me? It's like this icon of artist of hip hop that they created. But now you see me with crystals on. Because the reality, it ain't the flashy, it's the art that I want to show you. So guess what? I'm taking all your attention that you was spending looking at this and looking at all this jewelry. Now it ain't on it. Now you got to see me. Now you listening to me, you see me. So it's like it ain't necessary. Once again, they put this persona up that
they chase it.
And that's what they regular. Hey, we gonna give you a chain, and they getting excited. Nowadays, you can get these fake chains that are passed for real chains for a little or nothing. So you just sold your life over for some fake jewelry and $100,000 deal that you only gonna see about 10,000 of it in cash, and they gonna tell you they spent 90 bands. But how you spend 90 bands when the producer is in house, the engineer is in house, everything you did is in. Oh man, we spent 50,000 on your album. Yo, you pay your engineer $25 an hour. How many hours does they work on it?
Take it back to one of my other interviews saying why St. Louis hasn't got on, right? Because you put us in that kind of situation. Like, hold up, you tell me what? I only get $10,000 and you told me I got $100 grand?
Yep.
We don't understand none of the business.
None of it.
The whole office will get tore up. And this business man was right. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. But
he was right with the business. And that's what happened with BET. A lot of people don't know. When I went on that BET show, like right before we went and did the second part of filming, they sent us all these contracts. They waited to the last minute. They sent us all these contracts before the final film day, and they flew us out to Chicago. And the contract stated that if you sign and agree to go on this TV show, any music you put out from this day moving forward and make money off of BET on rights and on a percentage of stake within it due to the fact that you was on that TV show. So they saying your popularity from that TV show is what got you what you got. So you had to sign this paper saying that they own it. Mm-hmm. So and then it was like all of us was like, we called lawyers. We called everything. I talked Nelly lawyer, the one that got Nelly on. I sent the contract to him. And he was like, well, Rich, you either sign this. If you don't, you won't be on the show. They're going to edit you out of it. And I'm like, bro, I already did the comp out of 15,000 people. I made top 6. I already put in the work.
Right. And
then they bought this contract to us when it was just 6. We already did they like, yo, damn, the show is over. We finna go do some B-roll and do some partying type stuff in Chicago. So it was like, man, and that was a lesson as an artist coming up in the industry. Like, yo, they got us, but we signed them papers because we still wanted the exposure. But the crazy part is when the TV show finally did air and come out, it did good numbers. It was successful, but it was like you couldn't do anything. They owned everything. Any publicity you get, your numbers start going up too much. Like some of the producers and different people was reaching out. So like some of us created music on some of the producers from the TV show beat. Next thing you know, after the TV show aired, all you seeing them, hey, take this down, and we got rights. Unless you give us our credits, you can't use it. Like y'all this was playing the whole time, got plenty of views on it already. Y'all let us do it. And now that the TV show is here,
contract,
take it down or put us on the tab or take it down.
It was in the contract.
So we had to pull it down, put them on it, and then put it back.
Yeah.
Yo, bro,
that's what that paperwork all about.
Yeah, that's why you gotta read it.
But like that's what I be saying. Like we do what we think was right at the time.
Yeah, and at the time I thought that I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be on TV. And when it's blow up, I'm gonna be famous. You feel me? And that's honestly what you think when you're like, man, I'm gonna be famous. And the crazy part is, I all the experience you think you're gonna get, I got all the calls from the ex-girlfriends. I got all the calls from hey bro, you on TV? I got all those calls. You feel me? I even got some interview opportunities. But when it came to the music, everything was halted. So it was like I gained all of this. It's like they say, you sold your soul for nothing. And and I had to start fresh. I had to wait 2.5 years. Well, it was 24 months. I had to wait 2 years. And then after that, by that time I had a daughter. Then I had to cut because at first when I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna stop doing the
after
music.
2.5 years, the contract was up.
Yeah, that's the time frame they gave us after 2.5 years after the TV show aired.
Gotcha.
So during that time frame, I took the energy off me and I started working with the girls and boys club and the YMCA. And that's when I started creating the projects to teach the kids not to be in my
I
shoes.
remember when that happened and all that shit, man. But you got to realize when that was happening, bro, you was going and they were trying to deal with you doing the shift for the culture, really in the industry at that time.
Yeah. It really was shifting.
Was coming in.
Yep. All of that was going. All the negative started really popping in. So it's like I didn't fit in that culture, and that's it. Really, what it was. Like I'm out here, fat boy rolling. You feel me? I'm out here making people laugh, and I'm dancing on stage. I'm creating energy.
And they wasn't like the culture was shifting. Like you got in at the right time, but by the time they got hip to that drill shit, they knew then like this, we got to go on. We
got to focus on this. This is where the culture is going. And I get it, and everybody had their time. But like I said, I think it was all necessary because now
that's a beautiful thing.
There were so many breakthrough artists now that took the drill and just started adding different elements like the singing. When you get to artists like Rod Wave and Mo 3 and all these different people that took it to the next level. Like, yo, I ain't no singer, ain't like I practiced this, but I'm gonna put how I feel on these bars, and I'm gonna give you the opportunity to listen.
I can sing too, man. I think I can anyway.
And that's all it really is. As long as you can put your passion behind it and tell the people how you feel, then you genuinely can make it happen for yourself. But that's something that I had to do for myself. When I started singing more on my music, I remember working with some artists, and they was like, bro, nah, you need to quit all that. But I was working with some of them tough ass, thugs, street dudes. Like, man, you really want to do this singing shit, bro? And I'm like, bro, I feel like I had got to a pinnacle of rapping where it was like rap wasn't a challenge to me anymore. I know how to rap. I know how to create. I know how to play with bars. I know how to deliver. I know how to do different things.
Yes.
I needed a better musical challenge that challenged me in ways where I wasn't good at it. So over time, as I keep going, my rapping got better because I started singing. Now my vocabulary and my ability to spread my talent is even better because now I can get on here and spit, or I can get on here and sing. I can go country, I can go hip hop, I can go pop, I can go trap, I can go all these different things. My voice was versatile because I learned how to bring Bigg Rich to any energy and not make Bigg Rich that energy. I'm not a pop artist. I'm not a trap artist. I'm Bigg Rich.
Artistry.
Yes, I'm an artist. Yeah. And as an artist, whatever pain needs to be painted, I'm gonna paint it.
Do that.
And when I'm a paint it, it's gonna be so organic, you can't do nothing but accept it. Like, yo, they're like, God, the country? You sound like you've been doing country forever. No, I just know how to be an artist. I know how to paint.
Because that's what it's all about, man. We were talking about on the show the other day, Seven was on here. They was talking about the dude, Post Malone, right? You go back and see him, he wasn't no motherfucking artist.
Hell no. You see him in them white biker shorts doing that song.
Yeah, like and the motherfucking blue jean coochie cutter shorts.
Yeah, them blue jean shorts.
That ain't when he was on.
Hell no.
You see what I'm saying? Like, for real, bro. So, like, they build people and they make artists, right? And when you got an artist, when you got artistry like yourself, that's a blessing, bro. You gotta know how to be able to switch, turn it on and turn it off at any
shape
time.
It, mold
I don't
it.
give a fuck what kind of art they asking you to do. See, people get caught up on that. Ain't nothing wrong with just being a rapper. You know what I mean? It's cool. But if you know how to be an artist with artistry, you better exercise all of it. So when it comes to exercise, you do arms, you do legs, you do back, you do chest, right?
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
True.
Goddamn right.
It's called a workout. You work out that whole body. Right. You got to work out all your skills. You your delivery, your harmonizing, how to structure the music, how to break it, how to destructure the music. And that's why, for me, I like working with different artists. I've worked with gospel artists. I've worked with blues artists. My grandfather was Big George Brock. And he big time blues singer in the city. He was real good friends with Tina and Ike. He was real good friends with Bobby Blue Bland, like real good friends with BB King. I'm talking about BB King been to his house, sat in the living room, playing music with him in his living room. Like I came from this type of background of blues, so it's like it's my time to really show that it's really in me. I'm really that artist. I'm really that creative. I really can create that. But by doing that, it's time to stop being selfish. So it's not just for me. I get to teach it. And I'm only going to get better. You actually get better by teaching. So I'm only going to get better as an artist by teaching these young guys. And these young guys going to teach me something too.
Hey, man, for sure.
And I'm looking forward to that because sometimes you think you know everything until they show you, yo, this is something new that you don't know. This is a different level to it. But at the end of the day, if you want to make it in this city, to be honest, you got to do something for this city. This city love those who do for it. That's why when it comes to the Cardinals, when it comes to the major teams, we gonna show out, show up. We gonna do it all because they show the love to the city. So
I
for
just
me,
said that the other day, they need to give me one of them orange trucks that be running around, you know, the city around, cut the trees down here. They need to give me one of them. I'm the mayor of the city. They need to donate me one of them. The work I do for this city is outstanding, man.
I support
Yeah, they need to give me a key to the city. They need to let me park my car under the arch. Like I'm the only car should be able to pull up under that motherfucker. You feel me?
That'll be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I do a lot of work for this city. I go out in the other city and take a risk for the arch, man. They know that, man. For real. Hey, man, we need to. I know we're gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna start a petition. Everybody go around, get everybody to sign it.
You need one of them orange truck.
Hey,
yo,
let me start bullshitting.
They gonna go.
But yeah, St. Louis, man, we love people and anything they put on for us.
Oh yeah,
and that's what it's about. That's why we wear our hats proudly, our blues hats, shirts, shit like that, bro. We got a deep appreciation for that orange. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like when we see it, we just light up, like and connected to that motherfucker. Bro.
And I honestly think that's how we change the morale of the city by understanding the only one thing that everybody have in common is the love for the city. You know, and that's the thing. Every trap artist, every singer, every white, black, everybody that live here, the one thing that's common is the love for the city. So if we can meet them in the city giving love for the city, they will praise you.
That's right.
And that's why everybody, why didn't they give back more love to the city? And I get it. So with me, when I come back this time, I'm giving my love to my city because at the end of the day, it's the acceptance. It's to understand. Right. You want them to follow you. You want to show them that your structure is something valuable. Then
one
you
of
have
my
to
greatest things and stories I tell all the time, and I stand on business with this. That's why I started home first. With everything I did, I had to make sure everybody here knew me. Right. This is one of my greatest stories. Right. I'm in Atlanta. Right. So, dude say, "You're a big motherfucker down there." Say, so you telling me if I call anybody from St. Louis right now out of my contacts and ask them, do they know Zoe Van Gogh? They gonna know you. I said, you goddamn right. I don't give a fuck who it is, right? It's me. But in my head, I'm like, damn. Hope he called the right motherfucker, you know what I mean? But Dirty call, whoever he called, still didn't take me to this day. Like 15 years ago, maybe a little longer. Hey, you know Zoe Van Gogh? Yeah, I know Zoe Van Gogh, bitch ass. All right, I'm gonna call you back. He ain't give a fuck about you calling me no bitch ass or pussy ass motherfucker. He ain't give a fuck about none of that. He mad that you said you knew me, bitch ass motherfucker. Now you the bitch ass motherfucker. Because I can pick up any phone and call the motherfucker in St. Louis. And I'm telling you, man, that's what it's about. Right there, man.
Yeah,
when you start
that's
home.
a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, because that's what I believe in. Because everybody started saying like, when a person blew up, oh, I know him. Like, no, they know me. When I walk through this motherfucker, when they give me this $35 million distribution deal for smoking talk, I'm still gonna be able to walk through this motherfucker. They be like, oh, that's Zoe plus ass. Fuck him. You know why? Because they used to seeing me. I ain't no celebrity in my motherfucking city. I'm one of the ones that rub the elbows and talk to him, smoke with him, and let me borrow $5, man. Knowing I don't need the fucking $5, right? Because I'm gonna make sure that you feel like you're a normal motherfucker like everybody else. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So that's the difference between me and the rest of us. So when you call back to the city and you say, yeah, fuck him. Man, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm mad at you now. Fuck what you talking about. But yeah, bro, starting organically, that's one of my things that I did, and I love to do it. What you just said, I love to hear that. Come back, put the work in for your city organically, for yourself, and push forward, bro. Keep pushing, bro, because what you got to offer right now, that's why I sit here and listen to you, bro. I heard when you and we talked about the show. I'm coming back, present myself. That's why I be quiet. I have a lot of questions. I let you talk so people can hear you, see what you're doing, know where you come from, know what you're about. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you, dude, for everything you ever done for this arts. Real shit, bro. Man. And you keep going, bro. Don't never let no mother tell you nothing different, bro. Life do got its turns, ups and downs. We supposed to feel like we this and that about our goddamn self because ain't nobody else gonna feel like that about us. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. But when we respect others, that's what shows who we are too.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because no matter how bright I feel about myself, I'm still gonna respect each and every person. You know? Yeah, real shit. I walk every morning, man, since I had a condition with my heart, right? Mm-hmm. So for the last 2014, it's been over 10 years now, but I've been walking 5 days a week, right? So it's one this old guy I see every morning and shit. I don't even know his name or nothing like that, right? Like I speak to him, man, Pano, what's up? He's like, what's up, Pano? He's like, Pano, right? We've been doing it for years now, right? So when I see him, like, you know, give him a couple dollars and shit. No, we borrowing money from each other. Let's walk. You know, like that's what I'm saying. Like so, me healing, right, and I'm gaining freedom from walking, bro. So people can't fucking tell me like what you can't do when it comes to change. Bro.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying, true. Bro? I'm just showing you what change about what coming to people, me relating to be just normal people, bro. Oh, yeah. Like I don't want nobody ever looking at me like I'm above them or none of that shit. Mm-hmm. Where I live normally like everybody else live. I got the same thing, right, that you got. You know why? Because we stay 15 minutes away from each other. Mm-hmm. Like, I ain't on your crib. I ain't up in Billy. See, when people get talking that hip shit, that's when I shut them down at, bro, because when it's all said and done, you ain't made it on no show that shows me your $1.23 million crib, your business, none of that. Mm-hmm. Saying it to say, we on the same level. Let's get together where we need to be at. Let's pull this culture together. I appreciate everything you done done for this culture. I appreciate everything you're about to do for the culture. Oh, I appreciate so the understanding that you didn't develop now. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with feeling good about yourself. Him, you, me, or none of that shit. You know, keep going on. Before we go, you got anybody want to give some shouts out to? Furious?
Man, shout out to everybody that supported me, man.
There you go.
Shout out to the fans. It's not a specific one that got me where I'm at. It was a collective that got me where I'm at. So I appreciate the fans on IG, the fans on Facebook, the fans on TikTok. I appreciate my family. Like, like being a single dad and just being me and my daughter and like that. My family, like right now, my daughter with my sister. So I appreciate my family for having my back and allowing me to get out here and do this. Yeah. You know, normally I would be like out here chasing my dreams, but I ain't chasing no dream and I ain't chasing nothing no more. I'm out here making it happen for myself. Okay. It's a whole nother level of making it happen for myself.
Got one more question, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to your family for kissing your back like that because you can't do it without the support. Real motherfucking shit. Oh, yeah. I ask each and every person the same question to come on the show. There's no wrong answer to this question. Do you prefer love or do you prefer loyalty?
Loyalty.
Shout out to loyalty, man.
And it's a reason why I prefer loyalty because a person ain't gonna always love you depending on what's going on in their life and their own situation. And there ain't nothing that you can control about that. You feel me? Mm-hmm. They can be going through something because they going through something, they love is blocked. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So if it's loyalty is a lifelong understanding type thing. When you loyal to someone, that's not a temporary thing. That's a submissive thing. In order to submit to be loyal to someone, you have to love them in such a way where you're willing to submit. So loyalty is a more ultimate love than love. Love is an emotion. Loyalty is an understanding, and I'd rather have an understanding than an emotion. Because the moment something happened in your life and your emotions switch, you know, where's the love?
Where's the love?
Exactly. But if somebody loyalty to you, loyalty only matters when it matters. You see what I'm saying? Right. That's one thing they don't look at.
And that's all the time.
And so it's like, when I make that call, that's when it matters. And when a person is loyal, that's when they show up. Now, it's up to you not to put a person in a position where you overuse that loyalty and put them in a bad position. That'll make a person like, I love you. And I was this, but I got to step away because you put me in a bad position every time. I got to prove my loyalty to you. I'm in a bad position. That means you not loving me right. You feel me? Exactly. So with understanding that, I'll take loyalty, and that's sharing loyalty. If I'm going to be loyal to what I say and stand on to you, I'd rather somebody be loyal in what they say and stand on to me.
And I feel that 100%. Because loyalty is nothing but love.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to everybody, man. Make sure y'all come out. We at 4423 South Kings Highway. We are open 7 days a week. Come out and support us, man. We got all your smoke necessity needs.
All the smoking necessities.
Yeah, man. We got the hats, we got the t-shirt, we got the rolling paper, we got the hookah, we got the shisha. See, I got that word right. I'm working on that shit.
Got the shisha.
We got all of that shit up in here. Like, see, I got that word right this time. You hear me? But yeah, we open 7 days, 303-314 Smoke Shop. Make sure y'all support all businesses in the city. That's the only way we stay up and stay alive, man, around this motherfucker, man. So shout out to Big Rich for coming out, being part of Smoke Talk.
Man,
we appreciate you, brother.
Shy, man.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you. Keep pushing, man. Like I'm telling each and every order that come on the show, you are welcome to come back at any given time. Whatever you got coming out, make sure you get it to us so we can help promote it and push your brand, push your movement, push your music. This is what we're about. And Smoking Talk as a whole culture, we trying to shift and change that. And we appreciate what you did for us, brother.
Well, what I would like, with that being said, it's not for me, to help expand the platform. Once I get these artists coming through, a possibility to, send them your way, also send some footage or something your way. And,
for sure.
From that, and now I ask for that because that's part of the reason why I out and I go out and tour and I do the interviews. It's kind of to open the gates for other people. I have the story to tell, I got the support, and it's like, yo, this is a platform.
Well, I'm letting you know right now, when you send anybody my way, I got you.
I appreciate that. And y'all hear it. So just come rock with me. I'm gonna get you there. Like I said, it's no cost, it's no expense. The whole point is to help teach. If you ain't coming to learn something, please don't come. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because the moment you come in and think you're knowing everything and not being coachable, the moment I'll shut it all down. And that's because I'd rather put time into someone that's serious about their craft and serious about what they want. So that way, when I send them to a place like this, they show up on time, they serious, they have music together, they can answer questions properly because they did what they supposed to do. Yes, instead of, oh man, I ain't gonna be able to make the interview. No, don't, you gotta be about your business. So as an artist, if you want the help that I can help provide and you wanna be on these platforms, reach out. I can help you get there. I can help you build the momentum you need to make it.
It ain't nothing about you got them. Man, it's the Smoking Talk. I'm your Hozo Vanguard. I'm your girlfriend's boyfriend. I do this shit each and every day. You understand what I'm saying? But especially on Mondays and motherfucking Wednesdays. You understand? See y'all next week, man.
Hey. Till next time.
And I won't go.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Hold on.
For my city.
Don't have my comments.
I do it for my city. Amen.
Bam.
Yeah. Come on. Hey, man. Why they hating on me? 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 Guess I got 'em mad now. 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 Why they hating on me? 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 Guess I got 'em mad now. 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 Come on, put that on my mama and shoot first and talk last. Niggas move slow. We hit gas and haul ass. Sit full of new builders. If you can't, so don't it tell you now. And pop back in the game. Got me feeling kinda restless now. Ain't nobody fucking with dude putting that big work. Niggas they been sleeping on dude making that shit work. If I wasn't rapping, I'd be trapping by your mailbox. Fuck you said I want nigga trying to see that mailbox. Mr. Zone 6 now, I'ma handle that business. Get my nigga red up, tell him send me a chicken. Always on the hustle, no loss, don't try to play me up. Always make $1, no profit, that's how I hustle. Why they hating on me? 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 Guess I got 'em mad now. 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 Why they hating on me? 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 Guess I got 'em mad now. 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 Come on, Sue. You say you don't like me, then fuck you. Stay true. Hissing and grab with snakes do, high rule. Them niggas so fake or fake cool. Man, you gotta put a name on the shit that don't move. Fox 2. My niggas be really making the news, man. I went from stealing cars and giving niggas the dues. I got some niggas in the yard. I'm full, they eating too. Man, I'm feeling like a star. My dreams that came through. Why you hating on me? Let's get some paper like me. Yeah, I got it out the gun. You gotta do it like me. I got the hustle for my brother, so you know it's in me. You know the hustle while I love them, so I keep it with me. Come on. Why they hating on me? 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 Guess I got 'em mad now. 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 Why they hating on me? 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 Guess I got 'em mad now. 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 Come on.